Hey guys, it's Helena from Noctvrnal. Today we're going to be sound designing a short horror clip using sound effects that we found for free online. Alright, let's watch through this clip once so we can get a general idea of what we're working with, and then we'll dive right in. Alright, so we're in the woods. We've got some thunderclouds and lightning. A horse rides up, that'll be great to add some sound to. We can build out some horror tones when this headless horseman rides up. Some clink of the armor. Then the clip ends. I guess we'll never know how it ends. So let's dive into our sound effects. We have 2 clips here we can choose from. This is nice. It's got some birds, a little bit of wind. Okay. So I'm liking this one. It's got a little bit more of a bassy element. Okay, it's still coming in a little bit hot, so I'm going to bring it down slightly, and then I'm going to want to layer in that second ambience that we have. Some creepy birds. Wouldn't be a horror film without some crows in the background. Okay, so I'm going to start out the clip with that and just have that stylistic element start out the scene. So we've got some horse sound effects. We've got a horror swell, some sword. Oh, here we go. We've got thunder and wind, so we can actually layer those guys in as well. And wouldn't be a good horror film without a good selection of winds either. Just want it to be barely there in the background. All right, let's move on to that horse. I actually like this sound effect a lot. It's a lot cleaner than some of the other ones, and a good design tip is to find sound effects that are as clean as possible. Then you end up getting a lot less interference, especially if you want to layer in your own ambience, and it gives you a lot more flexibility if you want to modulate any of the aspects as well, whether that be volume, pitch shifting, any of that. All right, so I found this one that I really like of the horse. So let's dive back into our clip and see if we can match it up to the horse's movements. All right, liking the sound of that, so let's move on. All right, so there's a piece of this riser that I actually really enjoy. Alright, so what we can do here is, since it's the beginning of this riser, we can actually kind of cheat it and make our own. And we're going to do that with some volume automation. So let's hop back into our scene and see where we want that riser to hit. And I think we're going to time it with the end of this clip, actually. Back time it to when we first realized that there's a horse coming up behind her. We're actually going to hop onto the touch feature here. And as it plays through, I'm going to be able to automate the volume. So let's check this out. Alright, so we're going to finish up this clip with a riser and then with a couple more sounds for the headless horseman. Let's grab something for the headless horseman's sword. Alright, so I like a mix of those final 2. I'm going to use this one as a base. And let's pull in that second one as well. Perfect. That was great. All right, and then our final sound we need is for the second horse in the scene. Again, be careful when you have sound effects that have multiple elements built in. That one would be a little difficult to use because we already have some forced ambience and we wouldn't want there to be a visible shift in the volume level of the background noise. This one's good. I like this. It's got some crunchy elements. It's a little more sinister than the one that I used for the page that's at the beginning of the scene. So the only thing I really noticed here is that my ambiences were a little low now that I added in all my sound effects. I really want to make sure that my wind track is in there as well because that added some really good suspense, especially at the beginning of the clip. All right, let's do a final listen through and see if all of our sound effects are playing. I'm pretty satisfied with the results. I think if I were going to do a second pass, I would definitely be adding some gasps or efforts of the different characters, especially of the page at the beginning of the scene. We've got that riser at the end that adds kind of a musical quality to the sound at least. Yeah, I think we've got ourselves a pretty solid horror clip. If you like this video, go ahead and like, follow, and subscribe Deity Microphones on all social media platforms. Leave a comment below on what you want to see in the next video, and best comment will receive the vlog. I'm Helena from Noctvrnal, and thanks so much for watching this video.